I can't even relax because I will literally convince myself, like, while you're relaxing and watching other people do these things for motivation, you could be doing those things right now. What's good, YouTube? I hope you guys are doing well. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a different one. I'm going to be doing a very chill chit chat. Get ready with me. This is actually going to be a part of a vlog, but I made this into a regular video because it just figured it'd be better as a regular video. But anyways, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about anxiety in the age of social media and, you know, the feeling of you not being enough when it comes to reaching your goals. I feel like I kind of talked about this a little bit on one of my other videos where I talked about like feeling lost, you know, like in your 20s or in your teens because you feel like you're not doing enough. But this one is going to be specifically on like how social media makes us feel, just because I feel like I've been really feeling the effects of it lately, and I just want to kind of talk to you guys about it because I feel like a lot of people are feeling the same way. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and be doing my makeup while I talk. I don't know what it is, but recently I've been on social media like a lot lately, and I like usually try to be very like conscious about how much time I spend on social media because, as we all know, like it can just be so damaging to you. And I think the main thing that it is with me, I don't know about y'all, but maybe it's just the people that I follow, but I literally see people like every single day posting about like, oh, I just bought this new office for like my business, or oh, I just got this like luxury condo downtown, like it's this penthouse, or oh, I just got like a new Tesla. And it's like literally people who are like 19, 20, like so young, and I'm like, holy shit, I feel like I'm like not doing enough, if that makes sense. Like I just feel like I'm not like, I just feel like, holy shit, like what the fuck am I doing with my life? You know what I mean? Because I'm like, oh my god, like they're doing so well. How are they doing this at such a young age? And like, what am I doing wrong? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know, I realize that it's such BS, right? Like I think we all kind of know that it's like BS because we all know that like, or at least I hope you guys know, like at the end of the day, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to adjust this camera. Like at the end of the day, like we're young as fuck. Like being in your 20s, even being in your 30s is really, really young. And like seeing people do like all these amazing things, like start these businesses and making six figures and all this stuff, like that's awesome. And like we see a lot of people's highlight reels, but like the majority of us at this age aren't doing that. And I have to like kind of remind myself that because it's like, it's just not realistic for everyone, right? And there's a lot of people out there who just got really, really lucky. And like, not to say that they didn't work hard, but a lot of people like are where they're at because of some kind of stroke of luck or because like a social media algorithm helped them out or whatever. And it's not to say that, again, that they don't work hard, but it's like there's people out there working just as hard who don't have that, and that's totally okay too, right? And I think there's people out there who work just as hard, and it might take them way longer to get to where these other people are at. And I just don't think it's so much of this person's just working harder than everyone else. Like these people who are buying these Teslas, who are getting these luxury condos, I don't think that they're so much just the exception to all of us, right? But I think it's more just like we're just seeing someone who got a lot of these people are gonna get a lot of retweets, right? And like I think, like, to me, I like seeing that kind of stuff because it makes me really inspired. Like I know it's really easy to like hate on them and be like, like whatever, but like to me, I really love seeing people post about that stuff because I get really inspired. I especially seeing Black people, you know, like posting about their success. To me, it just makes me really excited because I just feel like we're all one big community and like we're all winning together, you know what I mean? So it's like no hate at all. But sometimes it's obviously just hard because you like compare yourself, right? Like it's so easy to just feel like you're not doing enough. But I really, really, really just have to remind myself that like, bro, like you are working so hard. Like it's gonna be okay. And like as long as you can say every day or every week or whatever that you tried your best, like that's all that really matters. And like all that other stuff will come with it in time when it's your time. And I'm like kind of finally realizing that like this whole thing with like rushing our success, it can be really damaging. And I almost feel like it can like inhibit us from growing because a lot of times I think we're so focused, and I think this is how I've been feeling lately with myself. It's like it's really easy to become so focused on that end goal. It's really easy to be on social media a lot and see people achieving all these things and to be like, oh, I want to achieve it too. Like it's so easy to be focused on like the winning prizes of your hard work, right? Like the condo, the Tesla, the whatever it is that you want to get, that's a material gain from your hard work. It's so much easier to focus on that than to focus on the journey. But in reality, I feel like if you can, and again, I'm really just speaking for myself, like if I can focus and really learn to love the journey more than just the end result, then I think I'll be a lot better off. And I think at the end of the day, the end, like the goals that I want, like the things I want to achieve and the things I want to gain from my hard work will come naturally, right? I think it'll come a lot more naturally than if I'm so focused on the future condo I want to live in, right? The future penthouse I want to live in or whatever. Like, I think if I really just focus on right now and be grateful for right now, like, I think I'll be a lot better off because, like, you guys know, if you guys watch my channel, like, I'm in a really good position. Like, I really don't have a right to complain or to be like, you know, whatever. Like, I'm very, very blessed and grateful for where I'm at right now. And, like, the fact that I'm in this apartment, the fact that I'm, you know, like, I have a good paying job and all these things. Like, so there's a lot that I, like, genuinely can't complain about. But at the same time, I think it's important to find a balance. Just because it's like, you know, you can't ever just be fully satisfied. Because if you're just satisfied, if I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm comfortable, I'm getting paid well with my job, even though I don't really like it that much, like, I'm comfortable, so I'm just gonna stay here. It's really easy just to be satisfied and not do anything about your situation. And you don't wanna be like that, because if you're like that, then you're just gonna stay stagnant. But also, it's really easy to be so focused on the future that you're not appreciative of your current situation, right? So I think for me, what I'm finding right now that's really important is just finding that balance between, again, being present, but also being aware enough of what the future looks like that I'm working hard to get there, because I know that I can get to these things. I know that I can, you know, be running my own business and making enough money from it to support myself. But it's just a matter of, like, giving that time. And also just trusting, and like, if you guys are religious, I don't think it really matters like what religion you are, but like, I do believe in a God, right? And I think it's just like trusting that like God is like, the timing is always going to be perfect. Like, you don't really ever have to like doubt like things should be happening faster than it's like, you really don't ever have to doubt that, because I'm a firm, or at least I feel like you don't, because I'm a really firm believer in the fact that like, divine timing is a real thing. Like, things happen as they're supposed to. You're in the exact place that you're supposed to be right now. Oops, sorry, my mic fell. Fuck. Even if sometimes it doesn't feel like it, I think that we all, you know, we're always like exactly where we need to be. But I also realize, like, for me, like, a lot of situations that I've been in where I'm like, fuck, like, this sucks, like, I hate this. Like, being in college, I was ready to be out of college like ASAP. I was like, oh, I can't wait to graduate, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, looking back on it, like, that was such a good experience for me. Like, I had so much growth that that happened throughout college, even in times where I was really sad or down. Or like, I remember I had one summer where I was doing my internship for Amazon. So it was my last summer in college, and I was in DC, and all my friends were in Austin, and I was always seeing my friends go out and like do all these things. And I just kind of felt like that whole summer I was just kind of like in a funk, because I was like, fuck, like, I like I'm making money, right? So I can't really complain, but like, also like, I just felt really in a funk because I wasn't around people that I knew. And at the time, I just really dreaded that summer. I was like, I cannot, like, every day I'd be like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get back to Texas. And now it's like, looking back on that summer, like, that summer was a huge turning point of growth for me. Like, that summer really taught me how to learn to love to be alone. Although at the moment, I really wasn't appreciating where I was at. Really, me looking back on that summer now, I'm so grateful for it, because again, like, it really helped me grow as a person. So my thing is like, now, like, that, like, I feel like that kind of applies to all of us, right? Like, we're all in these kinds of situations where it's like, oh, I can't wait to like graduate, or I can't wait to move out, or I can't wait to whatever. Like, we want to rush a lot of like periods of our lives. And in reality, it's like, it's so important just to stay present and to be grateful for, even though right now, like, maybe the situation you're in, maybe you don't like it, maybe you are ready for it to be over, but like, at the end of the day, like, I think the whole thing with like gratitude is realizing that like, even through discomfort, you realize that the present moment is serving some kind of purpose for you. And I truly, truly believe that. And oh my God, you guys see my nose ring coming out of my nose? I just truly believe that that's real. And I'm trying to realize that more now in the moment. I don't know, I just think with social media, the thing is, like, it makes it so easy to like get off track with that, because even though I'm aware of like, okay, this is what I need to work on, okay, like, you know, I want to be grateful, I need to be present, even though I'm like aware that that's like my goal right now, or even though I'm aware that like this moment is important, I sometimes get on social media and I lose sight of that all over again. And I'm almost like, fuck, well, I'm seeing this person like buy a new Tesla or a new Jeep Wrangler and I really want one too. Like, so I need to just work harder. Like, fuck it. Like, fuck this moment. Let me just get to my next one ASAP, because I deserve to be living this life, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like I always see this, like, people tweet like, oh, I deserve this kind of lifestyle. Or like, I see people tweet a lot like, oh, God, I see what you have done for others or whatever. And I'm like, bro, like while it's funny and like while sometimes a lot of people like, you know, obviously you pray for things to get better, you pray for you, everyone wants to just be improving, everyone wants to live, especially when it comes to material things, everyone wants to live in a nice place, everyone wants a nice car, everyone wants to be able to afford a nice lifestyle. Like, at the end of the day, that's just who we are as people. But I don't know, I just feel like it's important to also like be real with ourselves, because it's like that, like social media tends to normalize us not being appreciative of where we're at. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. Social media for me really just sometimes jacks me up. I don't know. I try not to get too political and stuff on my channel, but I feel like at this point, who cares, right? Like, I feel like the whole thing with like capitalism, and this isn't really political so much, it is just like my views on like life and the economy and stuff. Like, capitalism breeds this kind of like mentality, right? And like, when you think about it, like social media and capitalism are like best friends. Like, not like, I don't want to say social media in general, but like this feeling that social media gives us of like, oh, you need to be working harder, you need to be productive, you need to be productive so you can get these nice things that you're seeing other people get that they're posting about. Like, that all goes very, very well with capitalism, right? Because it's like, in the society that we live in, this, especially in America, like this super capitalist society, we become so hyper obsessed with being successful, with what is up with my skin? My skin is literally peeling. Oh my God. I'm taking Retin-A right now, so my skin has been peeling pretty bad. But no, all I was saying is like, capitalism breeds this kind of like feeling for us to need to like, oh, I need to start a business, I need to be productive, I need to do this, I need to do this. And then I feel like what happens is like that also just tends to lead us to do things that like we don't actually care about. Like, a lot of times people are starting businesses and like, I don't know, working these jobs or doing these things. I think the new thing right now is like starting a business, being an entrepreneur, starting a 6-figure business and all this stuff. Like, I think that's like the new thing that I've been seeing on social media that everyone wants to do. But I also feel like because of that, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with entrepreneurship and all that stuff, but like, I think a lot of times now people are doing things not because they're actually passionate about those things, but because they think that that's the thing to do because they're seeing it on social media. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know, I just feel like it makes, a lot of times social media makes us feel like we need to be doing things that like we don't actually care about. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys are understanding what I'm saying, or if you guys feel like I'm like being a little bit dramatic. And I always will say this, like, I have to just come back to this. Like, the purpose of life is to enjoy it. Like, the purpose of life is to find things that you're passionate about and make it into like your full-time thing. That's what I think. Like, if you're like, when I think about work, right? Even if you're working for someone else, like we're always gonna be working. Like, so my thing is like, if you're gonna find something that you're doing, you're making a living from, make it be something that you're actually caring about. Like, make it be something that you actually are passionate about, because like, what's the point of spending a huge chunk of your life doing something that you don't care about? Like, I don't know, I just feel like the whole point of life is to recognize that like, this is not as serious as we take it. And a lot of times social media makes us feel like it's more serious than what it is, because again, we feel like we need to have the newest things, and like, we need to be working harder, we need to be more productive, we need to go start a business. If we're not starting a business, we're a failure. all these things, but like, bro, it's really not that serious. It's just like, find what you love to do and do it, and try to find a way to make money off of it. Like, that's just the way I see it, and that's the phase of my life that I'm in right now. And I think it's the phase I think that's the phase that a lot of people at this age are in right now, is like, we're trying to find our careers, we're trying to find our jobs, we're trying to start getting paid, right? Like, you go from college or from high school to college or whatever, trying to build your adult lifestyle. And I just feel like at this age of our lives, it's really important to like work hard, but not so that we can just buy things. I think it's important to work hard so we can live the lives that we want and enjoy life and be as present as possible in the moment. And I recognize that it's really hard to be present when you're doing something that you hate or whatever, just for the sake of having money. I don't know, I'm kind of rambling right now, and I don't even know if I'm making any sense, but that's just how I look at it. I just feel like social media can be so awesome and motivating and inspiring. I just watched so many videos of these like apartment tours of all these influencers that I'm like really inspired by. But like, I get so like, I literally will be relaxing watching this kind of stuff, and it's like, it's not even like I'm really enjoying it. I'm literally getting a knot in my stomach because I'm like, fuck, I'm wasting time watching this girl do an apartment tour when I could be working on my business so I could be there too. You know what I mean? So, and it's almost like, it's almost so unhealthy, because it's like, I can't even relax because I will literally convince myself, like, while you're relaxing and watching other people do these things for motivation, you could be doing those things right now. And I feel like it's important to realize that, because a lot of people will sit up all day on social media and scroll and see people doing things, and they're like, oh, well, it's motivating me, that's really awesome. But like, it's important to find a balance for sure. So like, you don't want to constantly be focused on what other people are doing, because you have to worry about yourself. You have to worry about yourself, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you have to be able to allow yourself to be motivated and inspired by other people without feeling like you're comparing yourself. Like, it's just such a hard balancing act. I don't know, I'm really struggling with it right now. I'm really struggling with it. But it's never gonna feel like it's enough, and I have to recognize that. Like, I'm never going to feel like it's enough. That's just who I am as a person. I'm just like, I'm always itching to work, and I have to force myself to relax. I have to force myself to like let off. And if I'm watching someone else succeed, I'm trying to really work on not having that feeling where I'm like, fuck, I'm not doing enough, because I am, you know? And I hope that you guys are like, if you guys are kind of struggling with this too, I hope you guys realize that like, wherever you're at in your life, even if, I don't know, like if you're job hunting right now, like wherever you're at in your life, like it's not a competition. We're all in this together. And at the end of the day, like you're doing fine. Like you're literally doing fine. And I'm not even close to being done with my makeup, but I think I'm gonna close out the video here pretty soon. But yeah, like you're doing your best, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day. Okay guys, so I just finished getting dressed. Yeah, and that's pretty much the whole video. I just thought I would close it out here so you guys could see like the final look. I'm gonna put on these sunglasses for my pictures, I think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you guys like these kind of like chit chat, get ready with me style videos, so I definitely enjoy making them. And yeah, make sure you guys subscribe, of course, if you guys haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video.